Hello, I am Amzi the Changeling, and welcome to my tutorial on how to draw MLP style ponies with my own particular twist. Now, I'm doing this tutorial for a friend who requested it from my DeviantArt, and I will have all of the information on how you can find me in the description below. But we're going to go right ahead. And speaking of heads, you start with the head of the pony, and I just use this as the actual size marker to basically decide how big the pony is going to be, and you know what the rest of the proportions are. And you're just going to want to make sure that your proportions are sticking with what the head of the pony is. So now that we have our pony sketched out, just in the blue lines, now we can go in and redline it to basically add in more detail before we actually go in and add in the color and the lines and stuff. And for those of you who are wondering, I probably should have mentioned this before, I am using Paint Tool Sci. This tutorial can go hand in hand with if you're working on Photoshop. But if you're working in MS Paint, then the way that you do things is probably going to look a little different. So let's just go ahead here and do all the redlining with all of the mane, tail, and all that. Alright, so now we have our red lines done, and we can go in and do our actual lining. Now for this part, you're going to want to take the body color of your pony, and you're going to want to select a darker shade and use that for the lines, just to keep with the continuity of the way that MLP style works. Unless, of course, you're working with black or a very, very dark shade of a color, and then you would want to use a lighter shade. So let's just go ahead and get all the lining done. Okay, now we've got our lines done, and now we can go in using Paint Tool Size Pressure Tool and just make the lines thinner and thicker where they need to be coherent with the MLP style of drawing. Alright, so we've got all of our lines ready, and now we can go in and add the color using the select tool, and we can select the different parts of the body and just add in the shade of color that we need, and we can do the same thing with the mane and the eyes as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so we've finished putting in our color and the details in our eyes and adding in any shading, or adding in any shines to the eyes that we need. So now we just go ahead and we draw in the cutie mark on its own separate color layer. That way if we need to, we can edit it as we see fit. Alright, now I've got our cutie mark in, and if you want, you could stop here, or you could continue on and add a layer of shading, which is done using a separate layer for the black, taking it down to about 36%, and then erasing out the parts that you don't need, and then taking in the blur tool and blurring it so that it looks like it wraps around the body. And so I will go ahead and get that done. And you can have one layer, you could have more than one layer for more dramatic effects, but for now, and for the sake of this video, I am only going to do one. Alright, so there's my tutorial on how to draw ponies, MLP style. Now, I am taking requests for how to draw tutorials. If you would like to request a tutorial, either PM me, post a comment, or you can follow me on DeviantArt or for Affinity if you'd like, and that information is down in the description below. And thanks for your time. Later.